Greetings and welcome, my friends. This is War of the Worlds 2, a sequel to the original that brought us Hasty Robot Overlords. We've updated the deck to take on the current standard. We still aim to take down opponents with a squad of Robot Overlords that can get in for damages as soon as they enter play. We've got plenty of our synthesizer staples, along with some defensive measures to help us deal with enemy men. Let's get in there. We're playing the full set of 3 steps ahead, the Swiss Army knife that gives us options. The first option lets us counter any spell. The second option is the one we look to use most of the time, as it lets us make a token copy of any artifact we have in play. The third option will let us dig through the deck to try to find cards we can use. And with enough mana, we can use 2 modes, or even all 3. Devastating Onslaught was a powerful weapon in the original version, and we've brought it along here as well. It can be used to make token copies of an artifact or one of our men. Any copies we make with it will have haste, but we will have to sacrifice all the copies at the end of the turn. It's a great way to copy Robot Overlords or a factory. When we copy a factory, the factories will have to be sacrificed, but the Robot Overlords we generate will stick around. The Onslaught worked well with the original, but Standard is a bit faster paced, and this might be better off being another pair of Negate instead. Cryogenic Relic has been a fantastic card for synthesizer decks, and we've got the full set here. It's great at getting us out of any shuffler specials and is fuel for Repurposing Bay. Even if we don't have a Bay, we can use the Relic's activated ability to tap an enemy down and buy us some valuable time. Negate is here for one reason and one reason only. It's a counter that will stop any spell as long as it is not one of their men. We already have 3 steps ahead to counter, but having a Negate gives us directed counter magic against sweepers or cards that destroy one or more of our factories, and we can do so for only 2 mana. Ultima? I don't think so. Repurposing Bay plays a bigger role in this deck than other versions where we've brought it in to help us find our key card. Not only are we looking to get a factory with it, but we can use it to get us the fire crystal. The Gunship is another card we can dig up in the cases we need a spot removal. It's a great way to guarantee we'll get a specific card, even if it costs us an artifact we have in play. The Synthesizer is our key card. When it enters, we get a Scry 2 to help us find additional ways to trigger the factory. Once in play, the factory outlet will generate a Robot Overlord every time we play out an artifact that is 3 mana or more. Yes, it really is that easy. The Helm is a fantastic sidekick to the Synthesizer. With a Helm in play, we will also get a map token every time we generate a token artifact. The map tokens tend to pile up quickly, and they will boost the stats of our Robot Overlords. The Helm even has an activated ability that will let us copy a token artifact for only 2 mana. We can use it to make more Robot Overlords, or better yet, make a copy of a token synthesizer if we've managed to make one with a 3 steps ahead. Warmaker Gunship is our spot removal, and it comes in the form of a 3 mana artifact. That means it will trigger any factories we have in play and boost its damage output when we hit an enemy. Once in play, we can station 6 power worth of men to turn the gunship into an flyer. This will give us a decent attacker in the air or a blocker if we need to hold off flying enemies. Bender's Waterskin is a mana artifact that taps for 1 mana of any color. During the opponent's untap step, the Waterskin will untap, giving us access to a bit more mana. This is a great way to keep mana up for counters or to use a Helm during the opponent's turn. Standard is the fastest it's ever been, and with most of our plays being at 3 mana, we need to be more effective on their turns as well as ours. Aetherize is our second defensive measure against enemy men. This will make them scoop up all the men the opponent sent, regardless of any hexproof or indestructible abilities they may have. While it isn't a sweeper, it will deal with opposing attackers and could potentially leave them vulnerable to a counterattack from our Robot Overlords. The Fire Crystal is our way to give our men haste. It will reduce the cost of our red spells by 1, but the haste part is what we're looking to take advantage of. Every Robot Overlord we generate with this in play will be able to swing in for damages. It does cost a pricey 4 mana, but the aim is to get it in play with a Repurposing Bay instead of paying the full price for it. As an artifact, It too will trigger any factories we have in play when it enters. For lands, we're playing 2 Fountainport, the special land that can generate tokens or sacrifice them for an extra draw. 2 Demolition Field, the special land that can be sacrificed to destroy an opposing special land. 4 Thundering Falls, the Izzet Surveil land. 4 Riverpyre Verge, the mountain that becomes a dual when we have a mountain or island in play. 5 Mountain. 1 Uthros, Titanic Godcore, the special land we can tap for a blue mana for each artifact we control, but only after we station 12 power worth of men. And 6 Island. Playing the deck is very much the same as with other synthesizer decks. The only difference being the ability to give our Robot Overlords haste with the Fire Crystal. Always try to get one with a Repurposing Bay, especially if there is at least 1 factory on board. Early on, we want to be sure to get to 3 mana, and the Relic can help us there. And it can do so even while tapping down an early attacker. Once we have at least 1 factory on board, we can generate Robot Overlords on most turns. Copying a factory with a 3 steps ahead is often a great move, but hold on to counters whenever the opponent might be playing sweepers or cards that destroy artifacts. A 3 steps ahead can be used to copy any artifact that we can then copy turn after turn with a Helm. Need endless removals? Copy a Gunship. Get plenty of card draw by copying a Relic. That's the deck, boys. Let's go play some games.
Do you want to play a game?
This is Razor Raymon. First, he'll raise a barn, then he'll raise another. We're kicking things off with a 3-lander. We've got a factory already and 2 cards to copy it. The Aetherize is the cherry on top of this pain sundae. Keep your pants on. They hit us with a negotiation, and we're about to lose a card right off the bat. If they are on discard, they likely won't have many men for us to worry about. I think we can let the Aetherize go. The factory is about to come online. All they have is an untapped swamp, so no worries about them having a counter. On top, we have a Waterskin and a Helm. I do like both, but let's take the Helm first. They hit us with double discard. We'll have to toss 2 cards. We want to keep the land, and we should probably keep one of the 3 steps ahead. Or we could toss the land, seeing as how we'll still be able to get to 4 mana without it. We'll go with the Waterskin this turn. They'll have to decide if they want to hit us with more card-tossing spells or do something about our first Robot Overlord. Go ahead, bro. Think about this one. They play out an Annex, and while it will draw them an extra card, it will come with a cost. Let's make sure we tap the Waterskin for mana. When it untaps on their turn, we'll have the mana to use the Helm to make another Robot Overlord. They're going to need plenty of removals to get back in this one, even with their signature enchantment in play. They play out a core. It does count as every creature type, so they will get to drain us this turn. They follow up with a Day of Black Sun to wipe out our men. It's unfortunate, but they're going to need to do that every turn. We have ways to keep generating more Robot Overlords in hand. At the end of their turn, we'll make a copy of our map token. The more of those we have, the bigger our men will be. We draw a bay, but this turn we're going to go for a surprise factory. If we get it, we'll be able to make Robot Overlords in increasing numbers at the end of their turn and dodge any sorcery speed removals or wipes. They hit us with another negotiation, but they can only take 2 cards out of our hand. The 3 steps ahead will get fired off to their dismay. They follow up with a Momentum Breaker. It will force another discard, Or if we have any men, it will make us sacrifice one of them. We'll let it resolve. We can toss the Waterskin. Their next play is another momentum breaker, and that will tap them out. Before the breaker lands, we'll make an instant synthesizer. With a token synthesizer in play, we'll be able to copy it with our helm each and every turn. Discard is useless against what we have on top of our deck. We don't even get to examine what we have on top, and they scoop it like scoop champs. That's GG's, no cheese needed. This is Timothy Great. Could have been great if he used his keyboard, right? I'm not lying. We get a shuffler special with a fantastic set of artifacts. We need just one more land to make the magic happen. But can we risk it? You know what? Let's give it a shot. Keep your hopes up. They are slow rolling it. Maybe they're not as enthusiastic about their hand as we are. We draw a third land right away. It's nice to be able to secure our future this early. There will be factories on schedule. They play out a show-off, and while they show off, I am not impressed. We draw a surveil land, and we'll play it out. We'll be able to get to 4 mana on schedule. On top we have a mountain. That's a 5th land, which is fine. We like to have 5 mana for the helm. That way we can play it out and activate it the same turn. They send it, and there's likely something else about to be fired off. They hit us with a shock. It's 2 damages now, and another 2 more damages added on to what they show off will do when it hits. We hit 3 mana, and we have to do what our deck came here to do. The first factory arrives to slash prices for our Broco opponent. On top we have a land and a gunship. We'll pass on the land, but the gunship will be critical spot removal. They play out a war leader's call. They're going to get on the phone and organize themselves a team. We draw our gunship, and it's time to take down their show-off. He can show off from inside a coffin, right? The opponent is so broco. The show-off is likely going in the grave raw, no coffin. They play out a Broomhilda. It is a wee bit small, but it will hit us for a point when it enters. They got themselves a Hellkite with their broom guy. That's a big 4 spot in the sky, plus another 1 when it enters. We're being killed off in a way we can't stop. We get ourselves to 5 mana, but if we tap any mana, that Hellkite will knock us off. We have no choice but to keep mana up for our Aetherize. In the meantime, we'll send it. Surely they'll suspect something, but we've got to do something before this game slips away. They pay the full 5 mana for the Hellkite. It's another point off our life, but we've got our defensive measure at the ready. We don't have the cards to survive their next turn. We'll have to drop in the Repurposing Bay. Then we can use it to go grab a fire crystal. Not only will the crystal generate another Robot Overlord, but it will give our men haste. That's 3 men, and it's just enough to take them out. That's GG's, extra hasty cheese. This is Roar Rito Leon. He couldn't settle on a name, so he went with 3. We get another shuffler special. We have a good mix of cards, but this one feels unlucky to me. We got away with it last time, but I don't want to risk this one. Mull. Then we get a shuffler special with a factory and doubles of 3 steps ahead in Aetherize. It can't get any worse, or can it? Keep. I'm not sure what to send on down, but an Aetherize might be what goes. Everything else could help us out a bit more. They play out a percussionist, a small hasty guy. Another 19 turns and this game will be over. We draw a Waterskin, but we're far away from being able to play it. They play out a hired claw, but I didn't do any hiring. I'm more interested in doing some firing. We'll play out the Uthros this turn, as that will let us get to our factory on schedule. They send it, and they can boost their claw for extra damages. It does cost them 2 mana, and that's most of their turn. We draw a 4th land, and this turn will go to our factory. That's a pair of lands on top, and we'll send one of them on down. We want to get to 5, but after that we don't need more lands. They send it, and all that's left is to see if they'll pump their claw. We get to 4 mana and we'll pass the turn. We'll keep our options open. We can Aetherize or make a surprise factory. They send it, and we'll go ahead and make a surprise synthesizer. We'll get a blocker and a peek at the top 2 cards. They hit our Robot Overlord with a removal. This is a bad setback. We're about to go down low and we've got no way of gaining any life. On top we have a land and a Negate. We'll ship the land, but the Negate could prove useful. We'll play out the Waterskin this turn. It'll give us a pair of Robot Overlords, and will give us the mana for a counter. They send their men, not just the claw, but both. Going down to 2, we will block both of their lads. For some reason, they let their claw go. He's been fired. We draw a relic, and we'll play it out. It'll give us a draw and grow our pair of Robot Overlords. That will be as far as we go, though. We want to keep mana up just in case they have surprises. They eat the damages and go down to 8 life. All we need is one more attack to take the game. They pay the kicker for a card they didn't need to pay the kicker for. We'll hit it with Negate, and when the Waterskin untaps, we'll have enough to counter with 3 steps ahead. They poop it and scoop it. Maybe all they had was Creature Pump. What an odd ending. GG's, no cheese needed. This is John Law. He's the greatest avocado you've ever seen. We get a 3-lander this time with a good line of plays. Relic, Factory, and Waterskin. Keep your pants on. They saw us play our Uthros and they know we're on Synthesizer. They're thinking about giving up already. We draw another relic and we'll drop one in. They do so much, and if we keep them in play, they also boost our Robot Overlords. They play out a tap land and we'll be free to go with our factory outlet. We'll be able to slash prices and save our opponent money with free shipping right to their face. On top we have a land and a gunship. We do like both, but let's take the gunship first. We have to be concerned they could have a counter, so we'll go with a relic. We're okay if they use a counter here. There is a little bit of a hitch, but it goes through. It's possible they have card draw. We draw a Repurposing Bay, which will be great once we can get it down, but for now we'll pass the turn. Let's not get anything countered just yet. At the end of their turn, we'll take out their man land. Usually it's best to wait for them to spend the mana to activate it, but we want to get this game underway and we might not have the opportunity to snipe their land later. Plus, this is a great way to get a red mana for our gunships. We draw another factory, but this turn we'll try a gunship. At some point we'll need to draw out their counters, and this could get us started. Yes, indeed, there's the counter. We lose our first gunship, but it's the least critical of the cards we have in hand. They play out an authority. The fire crystal will be nearly useless in this game. Let's try the second gunship. Eventually they have to run out of counters, and we should start getting some of our permanents on board. There's an enormous hitch, but the gunship lands. With it we'll get our first Robot Overlord. I'm sure they'll have removals, but we intend to produce more AI men than they can snipe. They fire off a consult with kicker. Card draw is fine. Its counters we're not okay with. They are having the longest look of their life any day now, bro. We draw a third gunship. Before we try anything, let's see if they tap some mana to defend themselves. They take the hit. There wasn't even a hint that they had a removal. Now we'll try the Waterskin. There is a little bit of a hitch, but it does go through. They consult yet again. Doing nothing but drawing cards is usually bad for your health. But keep digging, bro. Don't let our Robot Overlords scare you into doing something else. They play out a surprise flanker. At last, someone who knows to play things with flash at instant speed. It is a bit too small to tangle with our men, though. They fire off a split up. Looks like the card drawing portion of this program has come to a conclusion, and now we proceed with the removal and board wipe portion. They fire off a raid and take out our factory. They've tapped out, so it's clear they're out of counters and we can go all out. Our surveil land shows us a 3 steps ahead on top. We'll keep it. We'll drop in our Repurposing Bay and use it right away. We'll go grab another synthesizer, and we can start firing up the factory for maximum production. On top, we have another factory and a bay. We already have a bay to work with, so we'll send this one on down. They play out a second authority, and while this all looks good for them on paper, in practice it doesn't look that great at all. At the end of their turn, we'll use our relic to tap down their flanker. It won't be available to block until it's too late. They keep touching their authorities like those have won the game already. Not quite. Our Robot Overlords can get so big with a Helm in play that we only need a few of them to take down a life total that's less than 30. That's as far as we need to go. We'll hold mana up for surprises. They do surprisingly little. That's all good. We'll go ahead and make a copy of our Robot Overlord. Then we have the mana for a surprise synthesizer. If they have a counter, they'd better pull it out of their pants. They do not have one, and we get our token synthesizer. It's GG's, unless they have surprise tricks of their own. They must not have had another flanker in hand. They poop it and scoop it at the sight of our third Robot Overlord. That's GG's, extra cheese. And that, my friends, is another satisfied customer.